Good evening and welcome back to Islandish Podcast. We are in 2025 with our season premiere, episode 21, with none other than Mr. Kirkland KB Bodie. How you doing? How you
Thank you,
doing?
thank you. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
It's good to have you here.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year
Happy
to
New
everyone
Year.
out in the Bahamian world and all
Abroad.
over the world. All over the world.
Yes, tuning into
Yeah.
the show. I am so happy to get you into the studio.
Thank you.
We've met before through radio and other different types of events where you have worked, I worked. So it's a pleasure to have you here on Islandish Podcast. You are a legend, a man who really needs no introduction. Every beam you need
Please,
at least
please give me an
one,
introduction
at least
this morning.
KB song. But this is a man who has done so many different things from songwriting, producing,
Yes.
as well as music videos, performances, and collaborations with some of the
Yes.
best and brightest here in the Bahamas. And it is
I also written. I also wrote a book. Called
he wrote a book and he's an author.
Lyrical Tales. Yes, it's short stories of some of my songs.
Okay. Where's that book available, by the way?
I have. Lord, now you telling me that was a while ago. I probably already sold out.
That's probably
Yeah, but it's been a while. I was actually supposed to put it on, to put an ebook,
yes,
make it an
yes,
ebook.
like an
But
Amazon or
there's been so
something.
much been going on,
Right.
since all the COVID, the Dorian, the works, and so
Yeah.
that's.
We need to get that out
Yes,
to man.
and so, but I really got it because I'm actually supposed to be going to number 2 by now. Because I have that many songs that I can actually do these short stories. So like
Right.
stuff like Cuckoo Soup, I do like shorts, Cuckoo Soup, She Fat, Silver Servant, all those songs I have short stories on.
Okay, great. So we're definitely gonna get into an interesting conversation today. So what we're gonna start off is at the immediate top. So how did you initially get into music?
Lord, you see all this gray on me off fire.
Yeah, you ain't gotta tell me a time or a
Come on.
decade, but just
Well,
the story.
I was when I from high school. I was always into music.
Mhm.
I was always into the arts, and I had an older brother and sister that went to choir, so they would come home
Mhm.
sing. They went to 8 Mile School at the time, and they would come home singing when they was in the choir and whatever. So I would
Right.
get a little jealous, and they would sing their songs and whatever and whatever. So it always inspired me to want to do just to follow in their footsteps. So that's how I got into loving the music and going forward. And I had some other brothers like any Bahamian on the daddy side.
Mhm.
And when I would go up there, like to my brothers on the weekends, we would sing and watch like the beach shows. They would do I don't even know what the beach shows. Beach shows are like these like older shows back in the day, where they would be like it'd be a whole story where love they just broke off from school break. They go on the beach and they sing songs
Uh-huh.
and so we would watch these kind of shows. They were very entertaining and listen to the American Top 40. And so I was really with my brothers that way, and then I come home to my brother and sister the next way. And so that's how I really was really drenched in music.
Right.
And from that point on, I went in school, went in choir, chorus, and I did theater for a while, and moved to the States
Love that.
and went forward. And I was voted most talented senior of that year. Me and
Mhm.
other young lady, she on the female, so I was the most talented senior male. She was a female, and so it really inspired me. So they like what I was doing,
Right.
and this was in the U.S. now at this point. So I was not just saying the Bahamas,
Right.
and they like my voice, they like what I was doing. So that would really, I really didn't see myself say, actually making this a career. I
Right.
didn't see it, but until I got back home, and then one of my friends, Sid Roll, I used to sing like when I came back, I would sing like for like Miss Hawksbill or Miss 8 Maroc or Miss
Oh,
Best
for
or Miss Grand Bahama. Yeah, I would go and put on some clothes and you
right,
sing.
right.
It was just a thing just to maybe impress some girls because you wasn't getting paid for it. You were just doing it because you wanted to expose yourself. But my boy Sid would see me and he would say, "Hey, Kirk, why don't we put a band together?" And
Mhm.
that's how it all happened. And I got into a band because I knew nothing of bands. I just knew about singing.
Right.
And
Right.
then I get to learn about the music industry, and then that's how it all started.
Okay. So
It's a lot more to go after because
Zep-
meeting Frank Penn and there's all kind of other things that came, but it was
That's
yeah.
all I've in a while.
Yeah, because Frank is the one who discovered us when we became a band, and our band name was Ego Trip Band.
Right.
It was myself, it was Sid Roll, myself, Dave Cooper, and George Delancey. That was so George was the drummer, Sid was the bass player, Dave was the guitarist, and I was the lead singer. And then I eventually had to go and learn to play keyboards and synthesizer.
Oh
So
wow.
because music at that time was getting into more synthesizers, and
Right.
whatever,
Right.
stuff like Prince and Michael's stuff was out, so you had to learn those parts. So that's how I got into then that's how I got to learning how to play and then start producing. So that's what got me there. So again, it's a long track, man. It's extremely long.
So it sounds like you're almost like the king of pivot. Like almost when something comes around that presents itself as a good opportunity, you're all
I can
in.
that is true. I that comes pretty easy to
Okay.
me. It comes pretty easy. I could move because I've done even being in the Bahamas. During my Shifat time, I moved before Shifat. I moved to Nassau. That's when the band had disbanded. I moved to Nassau and I did things like I went to Family Island Lounge. That was my first time getting into actually down home music.
Right.
Because we would do like top 40 and other things like that, but I'm talking about getting in now. When I went to Family Island Lounge, we was doing, really checking on. We got
Right. Rake
when
and scrape music.
we wasn't calling it rake and scrape then.
Okay.
We were more say what we'll say then. We would maybe say either it was Goombay.
Okay. All right.
We'll say calypso. Because in our ignorance at the time, we would say calypso, meaning that it was a form of the Trini music. Because
Right.
calypso actually is more to Trinidad and
Trinidad
so,
inside of sound,
But
yeah.
in our ignorance, we would say Trini, and then soca was coming, so we would do the Byron Lee stuff was really big then.
Yes.
So that's how it came, and at that point, Family Island Lounge was a big step for me. So it then made me get into writing more of that, and that's because at Family Island Lounge is when I wrote Shifat.
Right.
That's where because at that point I moved from here, moved to Nassau, and then I said, you know what, I think I'm gonna write, and I want to write. Rudy Grant at the time was the manager, and I said, Rudy, I'm gonna do a song. I need to find a studio. I have the song I want to write. I wasn't even sure what I was doing yet. I was just saying it.
Right.
And Shifat was the song I wrote.
Okay. Would you call that your first breakout hit per se, Shifat?
No,
Okay.
Actually, it was Juicy Susie was before. Juicy Susie was 2
Okay.
years, 2 years earlier.
Mhm.
But when I did Juicy Susie, I was still in the band.
Okay. Yes. Right.
But the band was about to disband.
Okay.
So when I did that was just on me. I did Juicy Susie on my own, but it got the band a lot of work.
Right. Okay.
But because when they said the band disbanded, we disbanded because the economy was going bad, and
Okay,
it wasn't much, almost like how it is now.
Yes. They say cycles repeat themselves. But
So it was really
Right.
bad. I think this is worse now.
okay. Yeah.
I think this is worse now. But
My Lord.
it was bad, and so we disbanded. And when I went over there and the thing, so when I did like I said, Juicy Susie came out then, but 2 years later, Rudy Grant called me over. He said, hey, I was actually going to Boston.
Okay.
I was going to Boston because I already had some contacts over this side that saw me perform.
yeah.
They said, hey, I think you're a great performer. We would like to bring you up in the States, yada, yada. But I would always, procrastinate.
Yeah.
So when we did that, Rudy called on me and I said, well, I could go to Nassau, make some money, get enough money, and then I could go to Boston.
Right.
And boy, just stay right.
Right.
So when I got in Family Island, it was so good, Family Island,
Mhm.
because we were working like 7 nights a week.
Okay.
That's
got
how
you.
good it was. The place was crowded 7 nights a week.
Wow.
So the money was good. Everything was rolling right. So Boston got put on pause because everything was happening there. But would you believe, I think like a year later, a year and a half later, my manager at the time, his name is Gary Bernstein. He came down.
Mhm.
Him and his boy went on vacation, and Gary goes on a booze cruise. Shifat is playing.
Uh-huh.
And he said, hey, who did this? And he said, and someone took him and his boy, we got his boy's name. And they came to Family Island Lounge.
Mhm.
Now you imagine 2 white dudes, because he's a Jewish white guy.
Right.
He come to Family Island Lounge. He's
It's like, who
yeah,
is this
he comes to the
person?
door, because Family Island only yay big, right?
Right.
He comes to the door. Hey, you don't even know me. And I'm on my keyboard. I'm playing the keyboard singing. He say, hey. And then we took a break. He came talk. He said, look, I want to get you in Boston. He's from Boston.
Right.
He said, I want to get you. So now you can think, that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
This guy comes out of nowhere.
And really.
And that's how
endorses it.
and then I went into Boston.
Mhm.
And so but I was there for like I said, about a year and a half, and then I took a break. I basically quit or took a break, and I went up to the States with him. They started writing. I took Spider with me, Andrew Smith, and we went up there, started writing and doing stuff and doing small jobs up there. But basically, I'm just trying to show you how it came to fruition.
Right. Like as much as you try to
Yes, as
run
much
from
as
it and
I-
procrastinate.
So it was just really something. And I know I skipped through a lot of stuff because there's so much in life. I skipped through like guys like Nehemiah Heel and Anthony Knows Lovely and all these other like musicians who I met, like Willie Love and all these
Dry
guys who I
bread.
met
Dry bread.
coming up in the business, and who they were mentors. You watch how they moved and whatever, and it really was something in life, man.
Yes. So do you see a major difference in the way the entertainment business was then compared to now? Being someone who is
Oh,
been
yeah.
to certain events, especially a lot of festivals where it's multiple different artists, is there drastic difference between how it was then and now? If so, could you
You know,
explain?
it's more the clubs, you know,
Okay.
like nightclubs. Like now, before my time, because although as old as I am now, you'll think I'm the guy who, no, I'm actually like almost in the middle because you had guys
Right.
like Jay and all the like when Brad was alive and all
Yes,
those
yes, yes.
guys. Nightclubs were the thing. So
Yeah.
there were a lot of nightclubs. So there were the bands were, like these guys, you had to have your chops together. You had to know you had to know your music.
Mm-hmm.
You had guys like T Connection, all these guys,
Right.
they were like the cream of the crop. So you want to be like these guys.
Right.
So it got music to such a standard.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys were recording. The studio was happening. Like I said with Frank
Right.
and you had all those guys in Nassau record.
Right.
It was really Bahama men, I should say, except Bahama.
Mm-hmm.
Bahama men would have been high voltage at the time.
Right.
So you had all Visage, all these groups were happening, and again the level of musicianship was so high.
Right.
So at that time it was like that. It was more going on. The Freeport was basically, I wasn't in the Magic City period,
Right.
but we came out of the Magic City and it was still happening. That was where I would see the difference. Now you have more festivals. We didn't have all those festivals then.
Right. Right. Right.
And what brought these festivals was those same original songs, like She Fat and Juicy Susie, or whoever had, like at the time, Dry Bread had Sunshine My Body,
Mhm.
and all these guys had these songs. And so you had when Gino came along. So after
Mhm.
Gino came, then Funky, and then how the Emily comes, Therese, all these people come.
Right.
And so because all these artists are coming, these people want to hire you for their homecomings, their regattas. That's how so it bred a new
Right.
industry.
Yes.
And so we ain't got the clubs as much, but we have a lot of
festivals. A lot of
and a lot of
festivals.
shows and
Yes.
festivals and concerts that go on. So but I think all two could live
At the same time, yes.
they could live. The nightclubs could come back, and we could still have the festivals. They all and what happened back then too. A lot of hotels.
That's true. A
Yeah,
lot of hotels
hotels.
entertain
And
every
then
night.
everyone worked hotels where
Right.
Grand Bahama, you ain't had enough bands to fill out these. Let me listen to something. If things truly take off in this country, you wouldn't have enough musicians to fill what
Yes,
you need.
all these different hotels.
To
Yeah.
bring in people.
Right. Yeah.
I'm saying that's how.
That's honestly the
that could
truth.
tell you how bad.
Right.
How bad it is, because we don't have that many musicians.
Right. Right.
We use musicians. I'm not speaking to like the Junkanoo guys.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Persons
yeah.
who actually know.
Yeah, I'm
music.
speaking those who study music.
Right. Right.
So because you could quantify the Junkanoo guys as musicians because they play instrument.
Right.
But I should say traditional musicians.
Yes,
I should
and it's
say.
not exactly what you mean in terms of you could hear someone singing in a certain pitch,
Yes.
and you know how to adjust to
Yes.
hit that exact pitch, and that takes a lot of skill.
And
a lot
yeah,
of people in their
yeah,
space.
people like my boy Colin McDonald, call him at the Berkeley for music.
Right.
You have a lot of these music, and a lot of the female artists, and a lot of them they go to music school and they
Right,
learn.
right.
Just like I guess a music school right over, right down there.
Right.
We don't point too much, but that's basically how it was then. So I think right now both can live in tandem. Actually, the hotels, if we can get the hotels jumping over here, if we can get Carnival or whatever they need, whatever they down the road.
Yeah, Celebration Key.
Celebration, whatever. Yes, if we could get all those things happening, we can then bring more to Grand Bahama and more can happen. So from that point.
I agree with you because I really noticed, especially, and I like the way you said that a lot of musicians used to really be a part of the nightlife. We have shifted a lot into DJs rather than live bands. Honestly, for me, I love me a good live band.
Yes.
It's a different kind of feel and it adds a certain level of class
and
to the event
again,
as well.
Both can live in
At
they
the
both
same
they can
time,
live in the
right.
same time. It's just that the DJs now think there's more style.
Right. You ain't lie. They be charging the price like it's a 4-piece band when it's just a person with a laptop and some speakers.
And
no offense.
no, and I don't, because these guys, they have a skill.
Right.
It is a skill.
Agreed, yes.
And I think it came from the United States that when you can see what happened to a DJ and how he how he came into himself. So our DJs caught them. It's just the Jamaicans and so now you see the DJs in high demand, and you see some of these festivals and these
concerts, yeah.
what do they call those things where they have like those when those all you see is a bunch of white children, those raves.
Raves, yes.
I mean, you got thousands and thousands of people. So this thing is huge.
Yes.
It's no joke.
I love it. So how do you feel personally about collaborating with other Bahamian artists? Do you feel like it's something easy to do? Is it better to collaborate with persons from other countries, or is there no real difference when it comes to that?
I think it's according to the person. It's no to say it has nothing to do with the country.
Right.
Like let's say I've worked with international artists. I've worked with Bahamians, of course, more.
Right.
I've worked with Jamaicans, whatever, Americans, whatever. But if you're talented, that's where it comes from. If you have talent, and talent mean that we can bounce off each other. You can actually bring something to the plate when we start to sit down to go through the music.
Yes.
And I'm not just sitting there doing everything.
Right.
I'm good. Hey, what you think? And,
Right,
and I'm
right.
writing every. So it's a difference when someone can give some. So I think collaborating is great. There's nothing wrong with that. It's awesome. It's just that I want you to have some talent.
Right.
So
Something to bring to the table.
yeah, so I work with people. So let's say I work with people like Colin, and this has nothing to do with anyone else again. Like I work with Colin McDonald. I work with CJ Cartwright. These when I say these are guys, where I say these guys are awesome and what they do. They're great musicians. And that's who I choose to work. Now, other people
Right.
work with us, and that don't mean they do great music also.
Mhm.
So you got great writers like Gino D. I awesome writer. I'm trying to think of more people.
Right. You don't want to miss nobody.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's the way I look. So when I say that, I'm meaning that you have to go there and study.
Mhm.
You have to be serious about this. Most people like like with me, I never had maybe I had one or two day jobs,
Mhm.
and that was probably within a 6-month period.
Right.
And I lose those two. I just went straight into music. And
Right.
that's all I did.
Mhm.
So I starved in music. I
Gotcha.
suffered in music
Mhm.
until I found my niche and I got it and it happened. And ever since I've been on I've been holding my because I believe in what I'm doing.
Right.
I'd rather sweep up the studio where the music is happening than to go there and do a 9 to 5 job, meaning that let's say I'm out there, I work in the office, I work in the bank. No, I would rather sweep the studio, clean the toilets in the studio, that I could be near the music
Right.
and near whatever it is that I want to do because I believe in this so much. I think there's nothing better than creating,
Mhm.
than manifesting, to bringing something to fruition, from bringing it out of nothing. I think I always had this phrase that I think that's what God must feel like
Ah.
when you bring something out of nothing.
Yeah.
That's how I always look at it. So every day of my life, I get up. It's my 9 to 5 to get up and write music or to come up with an idea or
Something music.
yes, because the more information you take in, the more you can write about.
I love
You see
that.
people who only write about jumping up, love, I shake you this and shake that. That's gonna mean that they're very narrow in this.
Mhm.
But the more you learn, you open up your
Right.
so you have this big pot to write from instead
Right.
of just this narrow point.
I got it. I love that. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk even more with the legendary KB.
I'm Flynn Doxson from Nose Witness News, reporting live from Sniper Paintball City. We're here with the manager, and he's going to tell us a little about what they have to offer.
Daddy, I got this at Sniper Paintball. We have paintball, cornhole, mini golf, batting cage.
Strike!
That's not a strike.
So come on down every Saturday and Sunday to Sniper Paintball City, located next to Crosstown, where you and the family can have a great time.
See you at Sniper.
Okay, guys, so we're back with Islandish Podcast here with the legendary KB.
Thank you.
So now we're going to switch the conversation over more into, I guess, kind of like the legal side of making music. Because a lot of young Bahamian artists, they really want to understand certain things that you as a veteran would definitely know. So when it comes to legitimizing your music and things like copyright and stuff like that, how easy or difficult is that to do here in the Bahamas?
It's pretty easy now. Let's say if you want to go through basically the government way, meaning like
Mhm.
what you would do in the United States, like you can go to the library, send it to the Library of Congress in the United States. Now it's more expensive, it's more hassle.
Mhm.
You have the Bahamas has their own copyright agency that you can
Right.
send it to them also. And you can, once they handle that for you, then your jive is, But there's also what you call a poor man copyright.
Okay.
That
which
they'll
is-
say when you more or less like if let's say you have a piece of music, you put it on a USB or you put it on I'm just going because back in the day it was a cassette.
A cassette, yes.
So you put it on a cassette and you do what you call a return to sender kind of thing where they
Okay.
register mail it. They would
Okay.
stamp and then once you have that in there, you don't break the seal.
Right.
And so if anything goes to court, you take that to court. And once that seal is broke, because they see when the date was,
Mhm.
you did that. And you can then that. Then there's another way which I go with this today now is that anything that's done in a laptop or done in a computer is time stamped.
Right. Automatically, yes.
So you understand. So you don't.
Yes.
So you can actually take that to court and say here because
The
again,
original time stamp of
understand.
this.
So that like kind of now to say that it would work or not.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I think basically a court should accept that. That's how I feel about it, and that's what I go by now. But basically, what you would do is register your stuff if you
Mm-hmm.
really want. I have my catalog is huge,
Yes.
and so I basically because of course with PRS I say Performance Rights Society, that
Mm-hmm.
don't mean your stuff is safe. It just means
Okay.
that when you submit it
Mm-hmm.
to ASCAP, BMI, PRS, SOSAC, you put it into them, but that don't mean that's not a legal thing to say. Hey,
Right,
but
right.
that's a date I did it.
Yeah.
It just says you put it in there and that's
Mhm.
yours.
Okay.
And you're the songwriter, you're the this, or whoever you wrote it with, you co-write with someone. So basically, those are the ways around it. But legally, if you want to take it to court, Library of Congress in the United States, or right here in the Bahamas, you can go to. I think they have a copyright office in the Bahamas. You can run online and type it in and whatever.
Okay. So when it comes to like music, especially in this social media era, because like you said, you've gone through the different changes when it comes
A
to
lot.
how music has been able to be accessed, copied, sold, all these different things. So do you think it's more difficult or easier now with live streaming and the different ways you could get music out there than how it was originally, specifically for the Bahamas?
I just had this conversation with Colin. Me and Colin just.
I love that.
discussed it.
Okay.
And personally,
Mhm.
no, and I don't want it because it's gonna sound like an old fuddy duddy kind of
No,
talk.
it's
I mean,
once it's honest.
yeah, I mean, but personally, I like when there was a like streaming is cool
Mm-hmm.
because you can get more out there. Nothing changes. You still have to promote it. You still have to put it out there and put it up, do your billboards, do whatever. Hey,
Okay.
I have a KB's release something. You have to do all this stuff. But when you had something tangible in your hand, like
Right.
a CD, like a cassette,
Yes.
like an album, vinyl, it was something to hold on.
It was a souvenir. You
Yeah.
love it.
and
Memento.
and something. So, but when you're dealing with streaming, it's more like
It's a fugazi. Like it's real, but it's not real. Like it's there, but it's not there.
it's not it's just like it's in the air.
You're right.
And that's what I don't like about it. Now on that, you can get your stuff out there quicker.
A lot quicker. Yes.
It kind of like brings down the value of
Mhm.
because anyone can then do it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like one of those things like I don't like with that America Got Talent or those
Yes,
shows.
yes.
American, what the other one used to name with Ruben Studd and they used to be on? What that one used to name?
It's American Idol.
American Idol.
Yes.
I always hated those shows
Mm-hmm.
because I always believed you should go to the nightclubs. You should go to the people
Mm-hmm.
and do that there instead, going on this TV, they voting you like you. And because basically what they're doing is actually just doing a record label kind of thing.
Okay.
And so that's what I didn't like about it. But it is what it is. Time moved on, and that's how everything seems to be cheapened to me.
Got you.
Like you don't go through the hard work of learning your craft, learning even vocally.
Mm.
You have a lot of people like even to Bahamian music, they think I just can open my mouth and sing and that'll get me. No,
Mm.
you have to work on your craft.
Right.
You have some horrible singers out there, and don't get me wrong. Sometimes you have a nice groove, and the groove will get you.
Yeah, the words and
Yeah,
the sound you can get by.
You can say do 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 do, but these days you can say do do. Remember that one Kanye just did the other day with the. I forgot what the song. Him and the guy on it, and he was wearing this big with the big shoulder pad thing, and just some stupid word. And the thing, but if you have a good groove, you can get over. But
Right.
then it still have to say something
Mhm.
because when you have writers like Prince and Michael and
Mhm.
George Michael, these guys, when you heard these Hall and Oates, these guys were writing stuff that can hold.
Yeah.
I'm sure, and I'm sure of this, and I'm not that's for my just to toot my own horn. I can go with Gino also. I'm sure our music is gonna hold on through time.
Forever.
You know what I mean? It can
Mhm.
hold on through time because we are saying something. We are speaking to the Bahamian people. We're speaking to
Mhm.
something that we can all relate to.
Yes.
If you're writing songs that has no that has no basis, that has
Yeah.
no nothing to touch
Water.
people, yes. Because even to this, they listen and I don't know because I'm gonna let you actually the next question. But even to sound like Boatman, like for what I'm a Boatman has in it.
Mhm.
Now, when I wrote what I wrote, I don't know which is gonna be the song that goes. Now I write like most of the stuff I write, I say, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. But like
Mhm.
when I did She Fought, I knew that was it.
Right.
All of me, I knew I could say that's it, that's it, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Doing Boatman, I'll never forget this. I let my wife hear it first,
Okay.
and she heard it, and she said, "That's a hit." That was she said
Yeah.
to me. No, I'm saying, yeah, everybody say that. Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah.
But I never saw that happening.
Mm,
You know what I mean? I didn't see it. So you never know. But again, that comes from the writing, because my writing comes from those guys who were writing that kind of music that
right.
made people feel.
Something.
Yeah, it felt you could live that. So people with that boatman means something to people, because we as island people,
Yes.
we are the people with the water.
Everybody know at least one boat
Yeah,
man. Mhm.
but we feel for that. We say,
Yeah.
we talk about, I thank God for this. Those things were said, I jump in my dinghy boat and
Yeah.
those things. And personally, during Zuma, I lived that kind of life for a while.
Mm.
Like, we used to be on the islands back in the day. We'd go down in Williamstown with guys like Tracy and Peter and those guys.
Mhm.
This is when we were on the Eagle trip now.
Okay.
We were down there for like a couple of months. We would work and we would go in the boat. I'm a dive up conch. This conch shell, but this big. I need to bring it. And the lyrics, as I say in the boat, I said, I thank the Lord for helping me dive up 4 dozen conch.
Mhm.
I only could bring. I had to hold 2 hands, and that's something I couldn't even bring that one conch up, because these, it is. When I look at their life, I said this ain't nothing easy.
Right.
And so you got guys like in Spanish, well, all those Long Island guys. So
Mhm.
everyone, all these islands could relate to that song.
Right.
That's what I think. And even the thing was with Nishi's Loose Me.
Yes.
It makes, you can relate to it. And again, a song that's written well and written well for the time. Those guys with my gal on layaway. Now remember, these it's the Turks Island guys.
Right. Right. Right.
These songs were touching the Bahamian market.
Right.
Again, that's good writing.
Mhm.
I thought Avi's, again, I'm talking about stuff what happened like recently.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Avi's Holiday was a
A
really
good
nice
song.
song.
Yes.
Yeah, because for some reason it touched people to say it's a holiday. I ain't gonna,
Right.
it's as simple as that is. It's
Mhm.
saying what it's saying, and people say I can relate to it. So that's how I look at things, man.
Okay, okay. I like that you said that and you related it the way that you did. So now I'm gonna ask you. I think this is an even harder question, a little bit, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Because one thing you're doing, you're knocking these questions down. I must admit,
Oh man, I've been in this too long.
little while.
Yeah, man.
See. So my next question definitely would have to be, do you think it's difficult now to launch as a Bahamian artist? More difficult than it was back then for you?
I think it is. I think it is, because you got more people in the pie now. I'll never forget. Let me give you a next story. Me and Emily, I'll never forget. We was doing a show right down the Bahama Princess. We were having Best of the Best down there. I think it was a Best of the Best. I can't remember. It was Rudy was doing it, or Les Turnquest was doing it. Can't remember who, but Emily was there. We all the big ones today, and we in the lobby. Princess was running, and it was not the shell. It is.
Right,
It's
right, right.
running.
Yes.
And we debate, and the debate was, I ain't gonna say who say what, but the
Mhm.
debate was, we rather more people in the business. My dream always, because when I came into the business, there's only but like 4 of us.
Right, okay.
When I say I came into, meaning that the business already fallen off.
Okay.
So guys like Ronnie, them, it wasn't it wasn't like what it was. So
Right.
the business had fallen off, and the business now, she fought, like kind of seed the business again. People
Mhm.
started to say, hey, Bahamian music happening.
Yeah.
And so Gino then jumps on Gala Good. Funky has Crazy Boyo. This Ira comes. So everyone's doing so, and then it starts to fuel. So we saying the business, hey, would we rather more people in the business or less? My thing was always to get more.
Right.
So that's why when I then had to write and produce for Emily, it was to bring the first female who ain't in a long time back to the business.
Right.
Brought in Spice, Nita comes in, Spice comes next, Therese. So
Mhm.
you have now, understand what I mean?
Right.
Visage is coming, everyone is coming and is building the business, and then it makes it, that's why it is what it is today.
Mhm.
And so you see all these regardless, all these things happen because we wanted to fuel the industry.
Right.
So that was the debate. Now, a couple in the argument was saying, no, but we want less people.
Right.
But I think I won that debate because it is what it is today, and we see how many artists. But to answer your question, it is harder
Yeah.
to to start now because of the internet. You can get it out there.
Right.
Again, you still have to spend money and spend that big money, because remember, the same internet is what Sony, Virgin Records, MCA,
Right.
record companies,
All these big
they're
labels use it
spending
too.
millions of dollars in their ads when you only got $10, $5, $50,
Yeah.
$1,000, or $2,000 or $20,000. Your money is nothing compared to the big
How they
boys,
could flood it,
'cause-
yeah.
and how they could flood the market. So that's what you're dealing with. So some people are lucky enough, like you go on YouTube and you sing a song, and someone like you, like I saw there's a girl today, just every day I'm studying.
Okay.
Every day I go on YouTube, I go on the internet, and I study to see who was doing what and whatever.
Right.
It come to world politics, it's come to whatever. I'm studying, but this one was this young girl. I forgot the name. I say the name. I forget. I can't remember her name. It's a DELO, but she's a rapper. Dark girl,
Mhm.
beautiful dark girl,
Mhm.
nice body on her. but she's right now hopping. Kendrick Lamar loves her.
Okay.
Something is
Dolce.
That's her name.
Dolce. I
That's her
love her
That's her name.
music.
No, I didn't know. I've seen her before, but this is the first time I really looked at. There was a story on, and I looked at the
Mhm.
story. But I'm saying she had a whole thing where she, during the pandemic and all that, she was really traumatized. She was depressed. She was down. She didn't see anywhere. But she was maybe just came out of school not too long. But she now like 10 years in, trying to
Mhm.
get her career together. And again, so I'm trying to show you. And she taking her checks from her unemployment checks or her checks from COVID, and trying to buy her equipment, or she did a
Right.
video for the
Right.
song. This one, the song, the name, something with Fruity Cake or some song, which was her first thing, whatever. But I'm getting what I
Mhm.
remember.
Right.
That's how you take things in. So this happens for her, then all of a sudden her career. But a lot of these stories are talk stories.
Right.
Believe it, a lot of these are they're set up for industry.
Yes.
But sometimes there's the lucky ones where you call it organic.
Yes.
Like I think here in the Bahamas, I thought Nishi's Loose Me was organic.
Very organic.
Meaning that it wasn't paid by money. It wasn't this. Boatman was organic.
Yes.
You have some songs where you'll say, okay, I can see this person work this song.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hold Your Head was organic.
Yeah.
This
She
was
talked about, Mina talked about that song Loose Me, and she did say by the time it picked up after the pandemic,
yeah.
that was out for like a couple of years
Yes.
before it really picked up. So I understand what you mean about
It's
organic.
Yes. Now don't get me. Now let me throw one. Let me throw
Mhm.
a scud in here. Because to me, right?
Mhm.
Because in a way, because what the song is saying,
Mhm.
some people would use that and say, well, let me see if I can take this song and push it
Right.
so that message
Mhm.
could get out there.
Right.
You understand what
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Because it
Because-
makes sense at a certain time.
You understand?
It was made then,
So-
but now it's relevant
So
now.
when I wrote Jokey Leaders,
Right.
I wrote, you understand?
Yes.
So people
Or
would
something like civil servants and stuff. Yeah.
people would use,
Got
although
you.
it wasn't to be used probably for that.
Right.
So that other people could pick it up and they can monetize it. and
Yes.
move it.
Right. Got you.
You understand? So
Got you.
that don't mean it happened, but I'm just saying it could happen.
Right. Kind of like during an election. I remember this when I was really young, before I even could vote. Tired of this miserable life. That was playing
Yes.
for that entire rally, but that
yes.
song was very old and wasn't made for that purpose.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That
So
was
it-
that was and that was he's a guy from Trinity. I think from Trinity. Yeah. he's from
Right.
Trinity. Yeah. And back then, because everyone, back then you still were writing songs because I wrote Fresh Wind. I remember when
Okay.
Therese. I wrote that for Therese. So that should show you how long I've been. So when one side was I work for this, I work for both.
Mhm.
I wrote the Fresh Wind. I wrote many songs on the other side. I wrote many songs on this side because it's just who hires me.
Right.
It ain't about who I like. I always tell people, truthfully, I'm a Sir Lyndon PLP.
Mhm.
When I say that, but that's where it stops.
Mhm.
I'm like a Chicago Bulls. I'm a Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls.
Got you. Yeah.
I'm for the
Like I'm a
Chicago
Kobe Bryant Laker.
There you go.
Got
After
you.
Michael left, I wasn't for the.
Right.
I love Dr. J when he was with the Sixers. I don't like the Sixers anymore.
Got
And that's
you.
the same way I feel. So when like when Sir Lyndon, I thought Sir Lyndon to me as again, I hate going there, but Sir Lyndon as a prime minister, I thought he truly cared about the Bahamian people.
Mhm.
I thought he truly, for me, because remember I was just a kid growing up under his,
Mhm.
you know,
Leadership.
yeah. So I just thought he meant well, and he really meant well for the Bahamian people. That's how I felt as a kid, and that's the only time I truly felt like someone had pride and made me feel prideful.
About
Made
being
me feel,
Bahamian.
yeah. I could go anywhere, and we were tall over the world, and we go anywhere, and I don't
You
wait.
could hold your head up. Yeah.
No, I go to when we go to the bar,
Right.
walking through, I trying to beat, but they go, you're certain these people in front of the bar. Hey, boy, give me.
Yes.
You ain't second class. I remember we in the States. You'll have like we sometimes be and invite people by to come
Right.
to the show, right?
Mhm.
I'll never forget this one time we invite these because most of the events we used to go to was more like white events. These were white people with money. They would go to the summer jam. They were in their bikinis and shorts, and they got their boats parked.
Mhm.
And so we invite these people we had met. They would plait our hair down there, just out in the Jersey shores.
Okay.
And so this is a black. So usually we need black people to plait our hair.
Right.
So
Right.
we said, listen, we told me, music. He said, come down one time. We let them in free. Come on, we get them a seat. We made sure that we went to the waitress and make sure they got a chair. Blah blah blah. So when they watched how we moved, it was myself, Sid, and when you see me saying Sid was the bass player, but Sid just passed last year.
Mhm.
He passed away last year. So just
Condolences.
yes. So it was myself, Sid Rowell, Colin McDonald, and at the time I can't remember who else it was. We had so many changes in that part.
Mhm.
Might have been Shaky, might have been David Williams, might have been Shaky on drums. But I'll never forget. Yes, it was Shaky on drums. And I'll never forget. And so they watch how we walk and they watch us moving and we go and eat and they watch how we moving through. And and they say they come, they say, hey, y'all guys, like y'all have no, like like it's, to them being Black Americans,
Right.
it's like they say like they felt some kind of way
Right.
being surrounded by these people. But we were just moving through.
Comfortable, yes.
And then they would come up to us and we shake their hands and we laugh, just like how we were tourists around here.
Mhm,
And maybe that's where it comes from also.
Yes.
Because
yes,
we so
yes.
when we see tourists here, we don't act no way.
Never, yeah.
We just one-on-one, we shake their hand, laugh with them, and giggle with them.
Mhm.
And if you got to get deal with, you get deal with.
Right, as well.
Family man.
Yes.
So when they saw that, they were like, and I think that's one of the great things. What I said was the Lindenite thing passed on to us, and that's why I hold him in such high esteem. And I have no apologies for that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I understand that
He was the
completely.
father of the nation of us all.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you see it, you'll see the 73 on my back or 70. I wear 73 is I quantify it as the day I became a Bahamian.
Mm.
Remember before that we were British subjects.
Right.
In 73 we became Bahamians.
Actual Bahamians. Like, yeah, that's us now.
And so that's why that's why I wear 73. That's why I was born a Bahamian that day.
I love that. So we're gonna take our next commercial break. Then when we come
That's
back.
us.
Yes, man, because you flying through these questions. I love it. But we'll be right back with more of this amazing conversation with KB.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jason.
And I'm Cheryl. Join us here on Superior Talk Bahamas YouTube channel every Tuesday at 6 for Let's Talk.
Where we talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk.
See you on Tuesday.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat.
And I'm your boy Mix.
And we're representing Off the Bench, the #1 talk sportcast in the Bahamas.
In the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So
Yeah.
we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in to us every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6 o'clock p.m.
The #1 talk show in the
In the world, Craig.
So we are back here with KB as we begin to wrap up and get to the nitty-gritty of this conversation. So now let's shift a little bit more into the, I guess, entertainment and mixing with other artists. How do you feel about Bahamians doing covers of your songs at events? Like whether it's another band or another Bahamian artist choosing to sing one of your songs on stage, especially without you knowing.
No, it doesn't matter. Listen, the other day there was a write-up, I had written a letter.
Mm-hmm.
I posted a letter on the internet, and it was I guess misunderstood as
Mhm.
everything. We just talk before we read something.
Right.
What was about what happens here, right? At any event, like let's say you have this your media house here.
Right.
The music that's played, let's say you play my song, just say you play Shifado or Lamid Kukusu, whatever you play in here. It's your responsibility.
Mhm.
If there's royalties to be paid out for airing my song on one of your programs, let's say you use it as your intro.
Right.
It's your responsibility as the media house to pay that royalty.
Right.
That royalty could be $10, $5, $3, whatever it is.
Mhm.
You used it, or it could be $50. When you use it to pay it, that has nothing to do with the artist.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you brought an artist in here, you all did some entertainment now, because how we doing interviews, but let's say you
Right.
let someone sing here.
Yes.
They sing that song, then she comes in and sings Loose Me.
Right.
If there's a royalty to be paid, because you're airing that and she's singing on your platform,
Right.
you're supposed to be paying a royalty
Mm-hmm.
because of that. And it pays to her, the writer or whoever, because she have a partner maybe in the writing of it. So her and a partner would, if it's $10, they would share $5 a piece,
Right.
writing of it. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with Nishi. It
Right.
has to do with the media house. So the same thing it has to do with a nightclub or a hotel or a bank that's playing music, TV, or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Their job is to pay the royalty because they're using that music to draw people into
Right.
their place,
Correct.
and they entertain people while they're and then the line stand up when people could be with no music playing, nothing happening, people
Right.
be angry. So what you do is you soothing them with this music or that program or CNN. If you even have CNN on there,
Right.
you must. That's you're transmitting
Right.
something. So basically, the hotel, like I said, the hotel, bank, any establishment.
Mm-hmm.
So even to a nightclub, so you go to the festivals, Gombe, all of them are supposed to be paying the royalty. So every song that's played at the Gombe out here. So let's say the band comes on, Lil Joe Cartwright comes on, he
Right.
sings 5 covers, 2 of his songs. Those 5 covers are to be written down. his songs to be written out, and that's supposed to go to the Performance Rights Society,
Right.
and they're supposed to then pay. Let's say that might be like a well, I ain't got to say that now. They pay the royalty, and that royalty goes in. So every 3 months, every quarter. That's every
Right.
4 months.
Yeah.
Every quarter, the royalty is paid out
Right.
for those artists, and for those who own it. 'Cause it ain't got to be the artists who own it, Sometimes
Right.
it's the publisher who
Right.
bought the rights from the artist.
Right.
But it ain't always the same. But the point is, it has nothing to do with. So you can sing my song. In fact, I want you to sing my song more.
Right.
Once the person is paying the royalty.
Right.
So imagine now Boatman being as big as it is,
Mhm.
and there are 20 bands playing my song every weekend for let's say 20 times.
Mm-hmm.
Add it up if you add it up by $5 each time.
20 times 5, that's $100.
Okay, so that's 20 times 5. No, I said that's 20 bands.
Oh, 20 bands playing that.
Playing it 20 times.
Oh,
And I'm saying, so that's 1 week. So let's say
that's
20.
a lot.
So, but that's 1 weekend now.
That's almost like
Then there's,
$20,000.
then there's 4
$2,000.
weeks. There's 4 weekends in a month.
Mm-hmm.
And so when a song is hard, a song usually could ride out for about, I'm just average, so Boatman been running for too long now. But
Right.
You understand what I mean? But
Love
you say
that.
an average song, you could run for about 3 to 4 to 5 months. So imagine you getting that kind of play from bands playing your song, and then the clubs or the place paying the royalties every weekend. That's Friday and Saturday like that. So that's every weekend. That's 20 by whatever we say. Let's say it's $500. $500 that weekend. $500. I mean that day, the next day. That's $1,000 for that weekend. $1,000 next weekend. $1,000 for 3 to 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
That's a lot of money.
Now so that's the problem. It has nothing to do with the artist. You can sing my song. They can sing my songs all day. Now, what some artists get angry with, and I don't blame them either. That if you're singing their song, that means they're not getting the job.
Right. That's true. That's very true.
I can understand that.
Right.
I'm saying what I feel. I don't have no problem with it. The other artists who have a problem with it, then I don't blame them for having a problem.
Right.
But see, with me, I don't, I don't feel no way about it. In fact, artists call me about it all the time. I say, man, go ahead. Do what you want to do, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it is, again, the responsibility don't fall on them to pay it. It falls on the venue to pay
Right.
it. So if you go to Heritage Festival in Exuma, they're supposed to take down the tourism. Tourism is doing it now. And so when you go to the Gombe and Nassau now, you actually can, they'll tell you, hey, give me your songs.
Yeah,
Same
they
thing-
want to know your lineup.
Gombe does here. They did the same thing. They asked me, "Hey, what's your lineup?" And I'm assuming for this majority rule, they
Yeah, they're going to have to
playing
say it.
that they're gonna do the same. But they ain't called yet. But I'm hoping
Yeah, you're hoping they do.
because there are royalties that accumulate.
Mhm.
Now, when I say that, I didn't get into this business to try and be the richest guy or to get rich. I did not.
Mm-hmm.
I like money like everybody else,
Right.
but I also don't worship money.
Mm.
I want you to hear what I'm saying to you.
Right.
People might, I know what I deserve because I know the body of work I've done. I know
Right.
sacrifices I've made.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm all right in my life. I know I could be better. I could do better and be better. But I don't beg for it. I don't pound behind it. I believe in the art first.
Mm.
I believe in bringing forward something beautiful, something that can inspire people, something to make someone proud of, like how Bob Marley made Jamaicans feel proud.
Yes, yes,
Them-
yes.
I want Bahamians to feel proud like that. That hey man, KB wrote that. Just look at this here. That's how I want, and that's what I care about because we all stand on each other. I'm standing on Ronnie Butler, Eddie Minnis, and Tony McKay's shoulders. I'm on these guys' shoulders. I'm just trying now to pass, and then the next guy come and pass it on.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I look for.
Right.
And so from that point, I don't know why
You did. You
the
answered that question.
Okay, then.
Wally, you did a great job answering that question, to be honest, because I feel like I think that's one of the difficulties a lot of young Bahamian artists are starting to realize and have. It's like you guys who have already been in the business are so good at songwriting, especially when it comes to Bahamian music. You guys have set the bar so high in terms of what Bahamians expect from a Bahamian song.
Correct. And you're
Mhm.
correct. And let me say this to you. And what you call it's almost like in the Matrix with Neo, right?
Right.
You call it that right. We are so like we're lucky in this Bahamas that you can find myself or Gino or anyone of these artists
Right.
that you see who are doing what they're doing.
For so long.
Because I can tell you in the United States, you see how many artists are top artists,
Mm-hmm.
and the United States, I think are like about 20,000 songs are released a day.
Yes. And they have a lot of people who are one hit
So what I'm
wonders.
saying to you,
Mhm.
you have some who have no hit wonders.
Right.
Like no one
That's
even
a-
know. That's 20,000 songs a day. Imagine where most of these, so 20,000 songs a day, at least 100 of them, maybe someone to listen to. The other 19,800 are going
Nowhere. In the garbage.
So imagine that's the United States. So we here in this country, we maybe release songs every maybe in a year, we're lucky if
100 new songs.
we're lucky if 100
Lucky.
songs. We're lucky.
Mhm.
And there are a couple of things for that. There's money you have to pay for studio.
Right.
When am I going to return? So in this business, you can't look to say I'm going to get rich. You have to
Right.
look. You have to actually care about what you're doing. You're gonna have to sacrifice.
Mhm.
And I call it the Jesus Christ method.
Yeah.
Sacrifice and study. You can't be around jiving around, womanizing or manizing.
Mhm.
From the women too. You can't be around here. You won't be in every drum that lick, every nightclub. No, you got some time. You can't go there.
Yeah, you
'Cause
can't
in
take
there,
that.
you in there doing your work and trying to get yourself together. I'll never forget. T. Coakley told me from T Connection. T. Coakley had this phrase. He said, "Familiarity breeds contempt."
Mm.
You understand?
Right.
When people see me, they see less of me. They'll say, "Man, CK, no, you ain't gonna see me."
Right.
Because my job is to make myself.
Scarce.
You know how long I've been in this business?
Right.
I'll get tired of seeing me.
Right.
Every morning I wake up and look in the mirror, I be, "Man, you again?"
yes. I got you.
Only because when I know that I have the joy of writing music with myself. When I'm writing, like when I'm writing music and I'm sitting down, and I come up with something clever and I say, "Boy, I can't look what you right there, man."
Yeah.
That's how I look at myself almost the third person. Because I say, "Man, you see that what you."
Well, you're the man.
And I look over some of the music I hear, like I'm riding and I'm listening to music in the car and something play like a cougar soup or whatever, and I'm listening. I say, I laugh and I say, "Wow, listen to that there."
Yeah.
And I say because then it just don't feel like it's mine.
Mhm.
It feels like that's someone else that did that. So that part of the business.
Mhm.
That part of the business is what I cherish. But this is what the new artists are gonna have to get to. You're gonna have to stop thinking of yourself as trying to. You can't overdo yourself online. I don't blame. I know a lot of people want to say, hey, let me show you my life. Let me show you. See me and the wife doing it.
Right. Right.
This almost like that Travis Hunter thing. I don't know if you follow the Travis Hunter
Yeah.
thing. And so you put yourself out there, and then when it comes to bite you, then you come here. Oh, look at messing with me. No, you put yourself out there.
You post too much of yourself.
And so when people come to me, they don't know nothing of me.
Mhm.
So because you know nothing of me, and those who know me, you'll be surprised at the stories that, "Boy, KB come from here, KB from here."
Yeah.
Most people.
Like, why no KB back when? Yada, yada, yada. Right.
And most people can tell you, they'll say, they'll call me Exoma, they'll call me Abaco, they'll call me all kind of Andres, because that's how my music is. It's almost like people think I'm in their territory.
Right.
But they know that, okay, I'm born in Nassau. I'm born in Nassau. I moved to the States. I schooled over there. I was over there for the longest in the States. Moved up to Homestead. When my old man and my old lady separated, moved up to with my aunt, my old man's sister, Annie Marge, up in Homestead, Goulds. I stayed up there. So I want you to know, I was exposed to American all through my life.
Right.
So I moved up there and I stayed there. And then mommy came and got me. And when mommy got me, she took me. That's my first time coming to Grand Bahama. And when I came to Grand Bahama, I didn't know. It's called Freeport. But the first place I know is Rocks.
Yes.
I didn't even know what Freeport or Grand Bahama, but I
Right.
knew the Rocks. So when I went in there, that's my first time. And that's why on that album, the same album that's Boatman is on, that's why I call it Jonestown, 8 Mile Rock, the place where I was born. Now, I born physically in Nassau, but I was born at 8 Mile Rock. It made me who I am today.
Right.
Because it was something about 8 Mile Rock that just, like, again, the playing out there, the friends I had, just the camaraderie, it just made me a man. Even some of the blows you had to take.
Yes.
You understand what I
I know
mean?
about them, yeah.
So that's why when I say, so when I cherish Bahamian things, but just to say all of that, to encompass all of that, I think anywhere I would have come from, it would have still been, I represent this place, because I think that we are beautiful people, and we are, I think we are talented people. It's just that we shouldn't be caught up in trying to be someone else's nation.
Right.
We need to be us and find ourselves. There's nothing wrong with singing American music, Jamaican music, nothing wrong with that. But I think you should find yourself.
Right.
Even if you like, I remember Colin's daughter, she used to like to do anime. She's very good artist.
Drawing.
But I remember I went to Courtney, I said, Colin, you should tell Courtney that when she do an anime, do it Bahamian. Although, because she got the, you got, because you know how the anime look. And,
Yes.
but I say,
straight hair.
yeah, yes, but make it something that's us. So that's the kind of thing I look at. I always try to say, put us in, because that what makes us unique. When you go to this, if someone comes here from the States and all they're hearing is R. Kelly, or they're hearing this one or that one or whoever, Ice Spice or whoever they hear,
Right.
what they come here for?
Right. They can have it at home.
They need to see an experience that they never seen before.
Right,
And that's
agreed.
what we here to give to them.
100%.
So we can't be acting because we think to be an American is cooler to be a Jamaican. No, be yourself. You'll be surprised how cool it is to be a Bahamian.
Right.
You'll be surprised. I know how cool it is for me to be a Bahamian.
Right.
I know that. So that's why I just say we need to love ourselves. And I think that's what Linden wanted from us.
Right.
That's why I say what I say.
Yeah, definitely. I like that you said that too, because some persons don't realize how unique being a Bahamian is. Like, we only 400,000 people,
Thank you.
if all of that.
Thank you.
And the world got
And-
billions of people.
And half of them, they
Exactly. We ain't even gonna get into that. So it's a matter of understanding how unique
yes.
being a Bahamian is or whatever.
Different. Remember,
Right.
a lot of Caribbeans say rice and peas. We say peas and rice.
Right.
And listen, and again, I go back to another thing, and I put my hand on the Bible with this. No food in the world to me better than Bahamian food.
None.
And I say the same thing over and over. Now it may kill you fast.
Yes,
'Cause
yes,
it's
yes.
so rich.
really good for you.
No, it's so rich and it tastes so good. But man, no food. I don't know that macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
Man, listen, guava duff. Come
All
on,
these
man.
different things. Like, just the way we put it together,
Put it together.
it's so unique.
So when I say that as a band, that's why I think our government should be. And when I say government, that's government meaning the people.
Mm-hmm.
We should be investing in the people, investing in Bahamian culture. That's the food, the dance, the music, the everything should be accentuated. It should go to we do it our best here, and then we push it to the world. Because most people ask, "Hey, KB, come why you?" You know, I went to the States. I've been over there.
Right.
You know what I noticed? If the foundation ain't right,
Yeah.
you're taking it nowhere.
Ain't no use.
If people come here and they can't meet the foundation, what's the
Right.
use coming here? You
Right.
taking it over there. Nobody know when you talk about Dilly and going over the hill, bucking your toe. No one know about that, you know. But the Bahamian people know about that. So then imagine when we Ghana, just like how Junkanoo is, when people come to Junkanoo, those tourists come to Junkanoo, they say, man, look at these people. You know what they get off on Junkanoo? Now they love the colors, they love the music, they love all that. But you know what they really love? They love when they see the Bahamian people jumping in those
Yes,
stuff and
the
enjoying themselves
enjoyment,
and
yeah.
enjoying being a Bahamian, enjoying the culture. They love that. Now when they take that CD, that Junkanoo CD or the Junkanoo video they had, and they take it home, that don't mean as much. You know what I don't mean?
No.
They watch it and they say, yeah, man, we did this and we did. But it don't mean, you know I don't mean nothing? Because they in it.
Yeah. You have to feel that. That's the energy. Like, if you wasn't there, it's like that saying, like,
Yes.
oh, you had to be there, man.
And
You had
that's
to
why,
be there.
That's why most people don't want to move Junkanoo off of Bay Street.
Right.
Because it's something what Bay Street is.
Yeah.
It's just that block, that whole thing. When people and so I don't know if you know, I wrote a Christmas album last year. I had a Christmas called KB's Christmas. That's my first Christmas. I had this in my thing to do over 15 years. But I finally
finished it
Yes.
last year. Okay.
I finally finished it last year. So there's a lyric that says, can't wait to get to the bleachers. When I go to the bleachers, I can make them bleachers rock. That's a part of what as much as them bleachers, they can fall apart.
Yes, one thing we can do, we can break up some bleachers and mud.
And so that's enjoyment of being a Bahamian is an enjoyment. You always teeth. Everybody
Right.
your teeth. But it is what it is, and that's why I enjoy being a Bahamian. We have our bad sides.
Yeah, we have our ways,
But
just like
we have
everybody
we
else.
have more good than bad. Now, some of the things we pick up from other cultures,
Right.
which are really bad side. You know. Now, sweetheart, and I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah,
I ain't sure about that.
I don't think we picked that up from anywhere though. Like,
No, but I don't know if that's good or bad. That's
that's bad.
no, man.
Sweetheart.
It's Bahamian culture, man.
Oh goodness. You know what? Let's take our last commercial break, and then we come back. We're gonna wrap up this amazing conversation with KB.
Greetings and welcome to Superior Talk Bahamas. My name is Yvette Swain, and I am here with the Sword Sharpeners Prayer Network. We meet every Monday at 6 p.m., where we dive into the Word of God to see what He would say to us. You are welcome to join us. That's every Monday at 6 p.m. here on Superior Talks. God bless you, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.
Where you going, mate?
To go buy these tickets for the party tonight.
Why this boy so dumb? Tickets242.com.
You know how hard it is.
They sell tickets for parties, concerts, plays, sporting events, everything.
You know how expensive bus is.
Well, if you just buy the tickets online, they could just send you it in the email. Then you could just print it off.
You know how strong mosquitoes is.
Or you could go to the box office downtown with the Genesis Street Gear.
You ain't scared of Joneses, eh?
We are here with the legendary KB right here on Islandish Podcast. Remember to subscribe. Hit the button down below. Hit the thumbs up as well, and make sure you share this video and this channel with each and every one of your family members and friends. Now, KB, let's get back into this conversation.
Before I go there, I said they see me in all this. Listen, it's cold in here.
Yeah.
And it's cold outside.
It's a little
And
nippy
Bahama is
outside.
crazy out there.
Yeah, man. So I think it's the pine trees. The pine trees around here.
And that weather is coming down from America.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
no.
we just get the cold first. I love it.
And
Though.
we up north. No, I love the cold too. Anyway.
It's keep the skin skinning. You know, after a long hot summer, this cold is prep your body and prep you for when they about to get hot.
There you go.
Now, so let's get more into the business of entertainment and different things like that. Do you prefer doing outdoor events as opposed to indoor events, or what type of festivals or events in the Bahamas are your favorite? Be honest.
There's no favorite for me, you know. Listen. No, I'm an entertainer and I entertain wherever it is. Now, if you say a favorite, I'm sure probably outside would be the better. To me, my favorite of like there's a favorite. Let me see.
One.
There's a favorite. Crab Fest.
Ah, okay.
Crab Fest is
understood.
Awesome. Crab Fest is awesome. I don't know if you ever been to Crab Fest. You've been there. You see the crowd. You see the it's crazy, man.
It's really
Crab
it gives really down home energy.
Yes,
like you really feel rooted in Bahamian culture.
And all you have is crab everything, and the people. I don't know the people. It's crazy. It's rimming over, and they're enjoying the Bahamian music. I didn't do Crab Fest last year. I was booked for it, but they got me too late, and Turks and Caicos had me for about like 3 days.
Yeah.
They
was that's true. You was at
they had me 3 days. 3 days. I had to go 1, 2, 3, 3 different islands. So I said, boy, I could take that 3-day money. I'll go
to Crab Fest for one check, or I could get 3 days worth of money.
No, but with Crab Fest is it. It is crazy. And again, speaking of Turks Island, last year we did the best of the best. Come home. I guess come home with me. That was it. And that was one of those great shows where we married Turks and Caicos with the Bahamas, and we had all the artists down, Emily, Avi, all the whole crew was down. Everyone was there. It was really a great show, and the Turks Island artists did a great job. It was really, but again, we one by one we need to marry ourselves into these other islands. It's throughout the Caribbean.
Right.
Though we're not a part of Caribbean, but we still need, because we're the one who has always looked like we don't want to mix with them. Our economy is better. That's how they look at us, and they don't look at us, But we need to marry ourselves. And when I say marry, I mean take our music to them. And we have to get so we got people like like Lester and Quest, like Jimmy Smith down in 8 Mile Rock. Those who actually pushing shows, who are promoting the American scrape, promoting the Bahamian culture. This is important because we need these guys. See, it ain't only about me. I provide the music. Once I provide a song, or the other guy, Gino, or whoever provides the song, call him, whoever, Ira. Once you provide the song, it gives someone something to then want to have a show for.
Right.
You have to have something first.
Yeah.
You just can't go there and stand up.
Right.
So once you have a song, like Nishi comes, you see Nishi all over the place because Nishi came with a song that hit the market. And when that happened, we got to hire her, and this makes things happen.
Yeah.
So with that, when we need promoters, and with that, we need publicists. And with that, we need managers. And so everything starts to grow. And then these investors would then try to take us, because let's say a record company says a song, you do a song, and they have, they have a part of the song, they have interest in the song, I should say.
Right.
They now want to get, not only to monetize the Bahamas, they want to get us in Jamaica to monetize it.
Right.
So you got millions of people over there. So imagine you could get in that market.
You could tap into that market.
But the point is, the closest market that people could relate to you would be a Jamaica, or Trinidad, or Barbados. Those would be the ones who could relate to when you say, I buck my toe.
Right.
We don't say the same thing, but they can at least.
Yes.
When we say Cersei or say cassava,
right.
Say, whatever, they can understand it. So I could see us getting those markets first, with the right investment. Again, it takes money to do this.
Yes.
It doesn't happen. Again, you're lucky with the one-offs. If you get it, you're lucky. But it takes money, and there's an investment you have to make, and in the long run, it'll all pay off. That's why you see artists like a Drake or a Kendrick or any of these guys. There is someone who invested in them. You see, that's the payoff.
Right.
Everyone doesn't make it.
Right.
But if you are serious in what you're doing, and you can market correctly, and you know what you're doing, like how you see these best of the best. Like we remember we did the Christmas show the other night down at 8 Mile Rock on 25th. That place was booked. Jimmy had that place booked out.
Yeah.
But I told him it was booked out. That's how. So what I'm saying, you need people in the business who know what they're doing. So they can. So it comes to promoters for live concert. It comes to guys who know the record business. It comes to people who know how to manage you. It comes to people who know how to get you ads. Meaning that, let's say Collect Bear, because Collect Bear is KB. You can sign me with Collect Bear. KB, Collect Bear.
Right. It's like exactly what you're saying.
That's the kind. So you have to have managers who understand that, hey, like, if we want to make a deal with you, like how, you can maybe do some with the live, you can do some with BTC, yada yada.
They both promote this, yada yada. Almost like how they marry the fast speed internet with the fastest woman who was
Ah,
like that,
see,
like how they used it. I
that-
see what you
so
mean.
that's
Yeah.
just like those kind of things. That's where there's that extra money or that money that you maybe didn't need to, because they use your image to say
Right.
their thing, so you didn't have to sell that many records. Like
Right.
Rihanna, like an artist like Rihanna. Rihanna doesn't sell many records,
No.
but Rihanna's her merchandising makes her
Skyrocket.
a billionaire because of the merchandise.
Right.
What she did is she just monetized her image instead of songs. Although the songs were great songs, she did.
Of course.
It's just that 10 to 1, some of them she may not even own the song.
Right.
You know, because again, the investment, yeah,
Was part of the
but she monetized her image, and that's where again, it's the
It's
business.
so many the business.
It's the business, and so we all have to be that smart and learn how to. And then that's why you have to watch yourself. So if you go there womanizing or manizing or showing yourself and running around the place, taking it, twerking all over the place, people looking at you. And does anyone wanna let you advertise for their product?
Yeah, you kind of box yourself out when you act certain ways.
That's it. Now, if they want to put you on the X-rated channel, that's the difference. Of course, hey, come over here.
Right. It's a lot of money over here.
So you can find, but my point is, I think it's better to not be that kind of person and try to be an artist that kids can look up to. Grown ups don't have a problem with your kids. Grown up, and that's the one. That's the one thing with Bahamian music. Bahamian music hits all the markets.
Right.
So when I say that, you'll find like a song like Boatman. The kids are singing it. The grown ups singing.
Yeah.
Every one of the kids.
It's clean enough for everybody to enjoy.
She Fought was that kind of song. Luke Speed's that kind of song. Those songs are that kind of song that you can, everyone. So when people were like, I know I went to like, I would do talks to the University of Bahamas or talks to the College of Bahamas at that time. And they would say, hey, Bahamian people, young people don't like Bahamian music. And then
I was just about to get into that.
But I would, my question I said to them, I said, because I, sat front, I said, you like Holy Head? Who all like Holy Head? They put it behind. I said, who all like She Fought? They put it behind. Who all like the Gallagher? They put it behind. I say, so when young people don't like Bahamian music? See, I think people say these things because we always like to bring our own down.
Yes.
But you find out that if Bahamian, come on, man. More people getting into Rican coming up. When I say Rican, I ain't even talking about our Rican. I talking about traditional Rican.
Right.
You will see them you have more young kids now scraping saw, beating drums.
Yeah, being in junk canoe.
So you have more participating in the culture more than ever. And I'm glad to see that because again, listen, the culture is in good hands, right? It's just that there's certain things we have to learn that we just make sure don't pick up from the United States market and those markets.
Yeah.
You don't get the bad side of them when basically it's like selling your soul.
Right.
Now, selling your soul could mean you doing things you shouldn't do.
Right.
You selling, your ethics, watch yourself.
Right.
You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be,
Yeah.
And that's what it means. And so a guy like me, I'm a problem because we know you come to me, but you can't do this. No, I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm not doing that. No, I'm not wearing a dress.
Right. You know, you're like,
I think
pull up yourself.
I might have worn a dress before. I ain't too sure.
Right.
No, but you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
Certain principles you're supposed to stand on, and that means that watch yourself out there. And I mean, even issuing your body, watch yourself. Do not sell. There's nothing in this world worth demeaning yourself for. I don't care what money it can be.
Right.
I
like that. I like that you said that too, because a lot of persons, especially a lot of young people trying to get into music, like you said,
and use by any means necessary.
It's by any means
and
necessary.
sometimes you cut your people's throat.
Right.
You say things about them. You lie. You don't need to do that.
Yeah, you'll down someone else.
There you go.
Get the job, like all those different types of things.
And I through my years in the business, I found out that when you try to down other people, normally that coming back on you, coming back on you, big time.
Yeah.
Big time. So it's best that you, in fact, you'll hear me sit here and you hear me talk with any artist. Even someone I might even be cool, we even talk. But I would never, you never hear me down an artist. Never. If I go to them, we'll talk it out or we'll say what we have to say, but you'll never hear me come and say this person. No.
Yeah, speak out of pocket out.
No, you don't do that.
Right.
What you do is you hold whatever you hold. And I remember I was working with Therese. We was producing and I was working with her at the time. I said, Therese, never let anyone hear you say that. Never. You never let no one. Any artist I work with, you never, even if you feel, you come and talk to me.
And you have a justifiable reason. It don't matter. Like, don't let that be on the record.
And come on, come drop your blade on me.
Yes.
And let me hear you and I'll talk it through it. But you don't let no one hear you. Don't go to no one and say, but so and so. And even when people come to you and say, but I said that.
So
no, and I told her, that's what you say. No, man, maybe she had a bad night, maybe it was this.
Right.
That's you justify that for them. Even though in your heart you may be saying, yeah. Listen, sometimes I like to laugh sometimes.
Mhm. So my next question, definitely, as we start to wrap up this, and this has been an amazing episode and a wonderful conversation to really.
Hope.
It really has, and I really have to know as we start to wrap up your feelings, because you already mentioned that you feel like a lot of persons already like Bahamian music, like Bahamian culture.
Mhm.
Where do you see Bahamian music being in the next 10 years or so? Because a major conversation that is happening right now, a lot of people don't realize, people are trying to really define what it means to be a Bahamian artist. Does that mean you play or perform Bahamian music, or
No,
does that mean you're just a Bahamian that does any form of music? What's your take on
The word, my is will take this a fuck.
that? Get to the facts then.
No, you're a Bahamian artist because you're a Bahamian artist.
Right.
That's automatic.
That's facts.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
it.
fact.
Mhm.
Now, if you can't be a Bahamian artist, and because you sing reggae or
Mhm.
you sing classical music, that means classical music or reggae is now Bahamian music. No, that doesn't
Right.
work. The people in Jamaica worked years and years and years
Mhm.
to hone their culture, pay lots of money. People died
Mhm.
for that reggae music, that dancehall, that whatever sounds they had back in the
Right.
day.
Culture.
Yeah, I'm not as many songs of the music they had. They're trying to be ska and all that stuff they did back then. So you can't say, because again, music is what is a theory of music. There's actually like music is like what you call like math.
Mhm.
So there's a method to music. So you
Right.
can't say, what we call Bahamian music has a certain rhythm, a certain pattern.
Right. It's certain instruments
Yes,
that make
yes.
it Bahamian
And so
music.
no, not only the instruments, a pattern. Meaning
Right.
from the root of it.
Mhm.
When you hear junkanu, you hear tak diggle, kalak diggle, do, kalak
Right.
diggle. That's a junkanu beat.
Mhm. That's what it'll always
That's
be.
a junkanu beat.
Mhm.
So you can't play that, and then the Jamaican player, and he said, "Oh, that's Jamaican music now." No,
Got
that,
you.
you understand?
Mhm.
Rake and scrape has a certain pattern. Rake and scrape has a straight foot. Boop, 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 bop, doot, 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 bop, doot. So rake and scrape drops on the 4. Doot, 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 dot, doot. So any song, any rake, I use a biggest box in there, we're like, yeah, boop, dot, doot, doot, stop, pop, doot, pop. That's what
that sound.
that's rake and scrape. I could sing boatman to that. I could sing anything
Right.
to that.
Mhm.
I'm a boatman. Same, because that's rake and scrape.
Mhm.
Now, Goombay isn't that.
Correct.
Goombay is another, which is a Bahamian music.
Right.
Goombay is like Sunshine in My Body, She Fought,
Mhm.
Y'all Look Good. Those are Goombay songs.
Mhm.
Goombay has like, it's more a popish kind of junkanu. That's what Goombay is like Sunshine in My Body, or Just Cause there's a more upbeat version of.
Right.
You'll see the difference between them. Soca has a straight foot, like rake and scrape, doop, doop, doop. But Soca does this.
Right.
So you'll see it. So like my song All the Meat, or you'll see, or any one of the old soca's,
Right.
Nani Wine.
Even that
Nani
sound
Wine.
different too. Yeah, correct.
Every song. You can go to One Drop. Remember the One Drop from Bob Marley?
Mhm.
Where you feel it in a one drop pop. One drop means the kick and the foot drops one time. That's what
Got
one drop.
you.
And you'll see that your boy Chronix does one drop. You see a lot of those artists do one drop. Chronix believe in the one drop. That's his thing. So when I say I study music. I study those styles that they do. And that's how so when we say Bahamian music is those things I described to you. Bahamian music can't be one drop.
Got you.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you could be a Bahamian artist doing reggae.
Right.
Bahamian artist doing pop, Bahamian artist doing dancehall, Bahamian artist doing rap, Bahamian artist doing classical music. That's what you are. You're a Bahamian artist doing another form of music. Bahamian artist doing soca. I'm a Bahamian artist. All the Meat is a soca song.
Right.
I want you to hear me. All the Meat, that's a soca song.
Right.
I didn't tell you All the Meat is rake and scrape. I'm the one who wrote it, and I'm telling you it's a soca song because I know how it is, and I know by the breakdown of it, I know that's a soca song.
Got you.
So you understand. So you would go like Gino D's look what you could get. That's rake and scrape. Look what you get. All this. So you again, we could go all day with this. I'm just saying to you. So when you say that, that's the difference between what a Bahamian artist is and what Bahamian music is. Those are two different things. You'll have like a lot of artists who do soca, and then you saw some artists who sing, like you'll hear Bahamian soca music sings like a cadence, like say, one day I did this young lady, blah, blah. So that you can hear the phrasing. That's not a Bahamian phrasing.
Right.
That's a Trini phrasing. You
Gotcha.
hear Marshall, or you hear the Marshall, like just say flags up, or those
They use certain
like
slurs.
yeah. Or take on me, or all those songs.
Right.
You'll hear them singing when I dap it in carnival, ba da ba da 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 da. That's Trini stuff.
Yeah.
You understand?
Madness everywhere.
Yeah.
Say madness.
You know, so
Right.
you can hear a Bahamian, so you say sunshine on my body. That's
Right.
Bahamian music. You say, hey, you say your biggest box in the world, I have. That's
Right.
Bahamian because you singing with a Bahamian tone.
Right.
When you hear people singing with a Trini tone, like when I did you all the meat or I Soca, you remember I have a song called I Soca. I don't know if you ever heard that. But I don't know if you ever heard it before.
I heard it because of Dawn and on the radio.
Okay, there you
Right.
go.
Right.
So you say when I feel inside, I saying I soca. I'm telling you, that's from that's a long time ago. I'm telling you, I soca because again, I love soca music, so I did the song. That doesn't mean that I don't like Bahamian music or I hate soca or I hate any other. I love all types of music. It's just that I put mine first.
Got you.
I don't blame the Haitian for putting Haitian music first.
Yeah,
I don't blame the
compa.
Jamaican for putting the Jamaican music. I don't blame nobody for putting the music. What Donald Trump say? Make America great again. Put America first. So they put America first. I put the Bahamas first.
I love
And
that.
then put a Russia first. I put mine first.
Amen.
We don't have all the money they have. We don't have
Right,
all the
right.
things. But you know what we have? We have the talent.
Yes.
And we can use our same little talent and make and take it to the world and people will appreciate it because it's different from theirs.
I love that. I love that. This has been an amazing conversation. I feel like we'll talk for another hour if I let you.
Yeah.
But definitely let my listeners and my viewers know if there's any events or things you'll be working on this week in Grand Bahama that they can attend, how to get in contact with you, because I know some people want to book you. Again, you did an amazing job at that wedding over the weekend. So definitely let them know and just give them a good send off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Well, let's see. This weekend I'm heading into Nassau. Got the John Bull party.
Mm-hmm.
Got the John Bull. Their staff party is coming up this week because that's going to be pretty huge.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be at the port. At the
Yeah,
port.
cruise port.
Cruise port. There you go. This is my first time to cruise port, and I know.
Yeah, for real?
I tell you how much they hate. First time. And on Friday, it's going to be Friday. We're going to be doing the majority day.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have I think the Junkanoo thing is
Yes. The festival
so
there
it's
because
down on
Jordan Road.
right? That's
Yes.
Casino Beach, and that's gonna be happening. So everyone come out and check it out and have a good time. And February 1st, let me say this. I'm gonna do it maybe, but February 1st, we're doing KB and Friends in Nassau
Yes.
at the farm, Marshall Road. That's gonna be a big one. Yeah.
I can't wait. So
Yeah.
I'll be in Nassau.
Listen, you gotta. It's gonna be crazy. But again, it's a time for us to celebrate us, and that's what I love about it.
Yes.
And so, I mean, it's many things. Most of the time when you see me not being like on stage, I'm in the studio working.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time I'm writing. That's how I spend my time. I'm writing,
Right.
doing it, whatever. I'm gonna take some time off. Maybe make a trip. Take a week off because I've been working so hard over the last year and the Christmas.
Yes.
Coming into now, I couldn't even go anywhere. I had to come into this, do that wedding you talked about, do this week, and then I'm gonna take a week, and then I have to come back.
Yeah, you gotta learn to take a break.
I'm gonna start doing one job a month. That's gonna be my new thing. One job a month. One job. So that mean my price is going up.
Yes. You're making yourself scarce.
I'm only kidding with that. No, I love my people, and my number is. Let me get my number out. And please, no ladies, don't call. Please don't. Okay, yeah, call anyway. 242-439-3279. I don't call myself much. That's why.
So you can't remember it. I understand.
242-439-3279. That's it.
Definitely.
And thank you very much for inviting me by. I had a great time. Thank you for the questions. It's so much more, and I appreciate that I can, pass my knowledge and experience on to people, not even to anyone, to any Bahamian, because I think we all deserve this and that. And just like the corporate bill isn't only applied to me or other musicians. It applies to anyone who writes anything or who invents anything. Anyone. So any Bahamian could come up with anything, and they want to cooperate and have it. So it's important for us as Bahamians to, protect ourselves, man.
Definitely.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate
you so much for coming, you guys. Thank you for tuning into Islandish Podcast.
Islandish.
And you guys keep it locked here. See y'all next time. Peace out.